Whoa, it's the Yewllusion reporting from somewhere on spaceship Earth. Where am I? I don't know anymore. I have no idea where I am anymore. Kiefer, what's happening? Top of the morning, everyone. Oh, there we are. Good morning. What's happening? We're on the road. We're mobile. Location remains still undisclosed at this point. I'm here for a surprise engagement somewhere on the Rocky Mountains, maybe. I'm waking and baking to this video. All right, whatever it takes, man. You got it. So how's everyone doing this morning? I'm tired. I'm fired up, but I'm like totally like in a different sleep set. It's trippy. I haven't been on airplanes for a while, and I didn't get a window seat, so technically I didn't see anything. So I just got into a big metal container with like 300 people and appeared in some mythical land somewhere, and I've yet to set foot in it. So I'm gonna do like a 15-minute here to check in, and then I'm gonna go do a little exploring in this small city I'm in, and see what's good. But again, it's that whole thing is his life is just a full simulation, man. The airport thing really kicks the simulation thing into high gear. Again, watching the sheeple march is incredible, because the airport is really I've come to realize is just the ultimate conformist like center, if you will. It was very interesting. So the whole the TSA thing. Geez, Jan, what a disaster. So this was my one thing watching the TSA and watching what was going on at the TSA is we don't need to be in fear of the government. They're incompetent, utterly and completely overwhelmed by the reality they're attempting to inhabit. I realized that watching what was going on with the whole situation, that the only way the government's control mechanism works is by our compliance. That's the only way it works, because the government's totally incompetent. I was watching the TSA, and most of those people aren't paid well enough. None of them are that stoked. They're doing a boring job, and the only way that it works is by everybody's compliance. I saw it in plain day that it's the people's choice. It's the people's choice. So, but I'm not. I realize that there's so many people willing to comply that I don't even stick out. All right, so this is what I was tripping on. Because the people are willing to comply, there's also these people that don't know how to comply. So this is pretty funny. So there was a lady who balled up the entire thing, and she had this giant bags full of those little like weird Asian Jello things, the little gelatin caplet things. She had like a bag of 100 of those, and then she had 15 different kinds of cheese wrapped in tin foil, like slabs of cheese she had obviously eating from, wrapped in tin foil in like sketchy looking boxes, and it had just caused the whole thing to melt down. Like the whole thing had come into a screeching halt because of this lady with her 15 different kinds of cheese. And needless to say, she was from a different team, if you will. And so I'm watching this all go down. I'm sitting there in my socks with no belt and my pink shirt, and I'm watching this all go down, and it's jamming up the line, and I'm watching sheeple come unglued. And so my whole thing about this is the sheeple aren't even good sheeple. Like, you're showing up to the airport, which means that it's just a black box of unknown. I haven't been to the airport in 5 years, maybe. And I just know going to the airport, man, it's going to be a disaster. So just plan accordingly. So there was this dude behind me who was like losing. He's like, I'm going to miss my flight. Blah, 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 blah. And he was my favorite entertainment because I was watching him watching the screws begin to pop out of his head. And I was sitting there and I was like, so what did you expect? Like what, where you didn't leave early? You didn't plan for your sheepling? Like, you weren't ready to be a sheeple? You're a full compliance guy. I see you. And it was just this beautiful moment where, again, a lady with a bunch of squares of cheese brought the whole thing to a screeching halt, dude. It was genius. So that goes to show that, again, all the safety apparatus is bread and circuses, man. Dude, I look at the world with a different set of eyes, right? And it was full Monty Python. It was complete Monty Python at the airport. It was straight Faulty Towers. It was a full Faulty Towers episode at the airport. And so I'm watching this all go down, and I'm realizing that it's a total fraud. The whole scanner thing, I don't even think it does anything. I was watching that. I go, because people were going through the scanner, and then they were getting patted down too, and the X-ray machines apparently can't detect any. My belt buckle caused mine to be caught up in the line too. So it was this whole thing, watching the farcical nature of the asleep zombie hordes, man. And then I get to walk around the airport, man. And one of my other trippy things that you really get to experience at the airport is people's need to get into line first to wait longer, right? So I'm one of those, like, if you saw me at the airport, I'm sitting in my chair. And when they're like, hey, your plane starts boarding, dude, I wait till I'm the guy who gets on the plane at the end. Like, why am I gonna stand in the cattle call herd to just, what am I, like, some lady was like, are you, like, I was at the end of the line, because I was finally like, okay, it's time to get on the plane. And she's like, are you in the line? Like, she was in a hurry. And I go, dude, we have a seat. Everything's going to be fine. Like, you have an assigned seat. It's all good. There's no need to get into line and be all like, it's pretty funny. It's like people hurry up to wait in line. It's the weirdest thing. I had a great day of people watching in these compliance zones, because the airport's just a compliance zone. It's no longer like a travel zone. It's actually a untravel zone. It's going backwards. Like, I got here, I'm where I'm supposed to be. Totally cool. But I'm watching the people, and they're all afraid. I don't know what they're afraid of. They're afraid of themselves. There just seemed to be a weird lethargy's not the word I'm looking for. A lack of enthusiasm, if you will. There didn't seem to be a lot of zest for life going on. And I got it, because to be a truly good sheeple, good sheeple, is that the proper use of the English language? You have to you can't have that much zest going on. So I also, but on the plane, I haven't watched a movie in forever because I don't choose to participate in that vibe. But on the movie, they're already paid for, right? So I watched that lame movie, the one with the rock climbing. Wow, dude, talk about a disappointment. Though the climbing part of it was impressive, the movie itself structurally was terrible, man. What a loser, man. And I didn't think the climbing part was shot that well. It didn't impress me. I was not. And so I'm going to call it out right now. So there's everyone. Is it a spoiler if I talk about it? No, the movie's been out for a while. It's on the airplane, right? There's a girl, the dude, the climber guy, the little Spider-Man. He's got a girlfriend, dude. And I'm watching the movie and I go, dude, she's a plant. She's a studio plant. She was so lame. Like, no way is that girl involved with that guy, because he is just dead to the world if it's not a rock. And she was so fake. It ruined the movie for me. Their little like story like ruined the movie for me. I was like, yuck. She grossed me out and he grossed me out with their little relationship. Shouldn't have been in the movie. It was terrible. And then the best part about it is it's all about their little weird thing. And at the end of the movie, they don't have their final like hug, dude. It was weird so I'm putting this out there right now. She was a studio plant. And you'll find that out within the next 2 years. Within the next 2 years, it'll be revealed that the girl from that movie was bought and paid for by the studios to go be a dupe for this guy. Because he could have cared less either way about whether there was a girl in his life or not. And the stuff he said was so like, I don't know, man. And then the whining camera guys, like the camera guys who were like the whole time. The only guy I liked was the lead camera guy. Like I could have watched a movie about him, the Asian guy. I could have watched a movie about him. Everybody else I could care less about. I wasn't that interested in climbing guy. I wasn't, and I thought they'd missed a couple great shots where you could have really gotten some depth of scale. Like they did not give me the depth of scale I was hoping for with the climbing stuff. I thought it was a botch. But but the other movie I did watch, which blew my mind in a different kind of way, was this movie. It's a documentary called Meow Wolf. Wasn't that impressed with the Meow Wolf people, so to speak, but I was impressed with the concept, and it made me realize I need to change this thing. So for those of you who are members, we're having a meeting, like a members meeting, because we're changing this whole deal. I watched that, and members, if you're listening, go check out the Meow Wolf documentary. And it's where I'm going isn't about that, but it's about what they did with their peopleness was what interest me. It's not so much what they did with it. It is what they did with it, but it's the organic nature of the human collective. Like we have the tribe. We're the tribe. So I realized that I'm operating way too much on my own. I got Lily out there who helps me a lot, but I don't know how to plug these things in properly. And we have a bigger mission here. I realized that last night. I had a lot of time to think about it on the airplane and that kind of stuff. So I think I'm going to call the meeting for us members to decide a direction. I think there's something bigger going on here, and the Meow Wolf thing kind of like clicked me into it about what it is. You build it, they will come. And so They're opening a Meow Wolf in Denver. Yeah, I gathered that. I'm not so much interested in their little like their like I if you check out the why the documentary is interesting is how they become a group of loosely affiliated people, conflict, chaos, coming together, falling apart, coming together, falling apart, and ultimately building a super functional money making industry. And it's based upon like sustaining your creativity, man. And I think that's the bridge we're crossing right now is this thing we're doing can either like it has to grow or it implodes, man. And I think that there's something that can be there's so many creative people out there that are in the thing. Like I trip like the memes Lily sends me are rad, dude. Like I don't know how to do most of this stuff. I'm just a guy with an iPhone, but I'm ready to take it to the next level. And yeah. So I have a lot of thoughts about that going on that only sitting on an airplane with a bunch of sheeple can give you. Because I met this really cool one of my town car drivers. I met two rad town car drivers. My guy who picked me up was this 78-year-old dude who was rad. Full skateboarder. Old skateboarder guy, dude. Classic. And we got to talking about some stuff. Voracious reader. And then my other guy got picked up on this end was a dude who gets it. He DJ guy, been all over the world. He does. He was an interesting character. And the trippy part about this is my pilot. I ran into my pilot in the lobby. The guy who flew my plane. I heard him say what flight he was on, and I was like, "Oh, that was the flight we were on, man. Good flying." And he's like, "You look familiar." And I go, "The bowl guy?" He's like, "Yeah." So he was like an Yewllusion guy right off the bat. That was kind of hot. So it's that I mean when the dude flying my plane has watched me cut my hair, there's something else going on here. And so I'm also realizing that more and more the nature of this reality is totally fake. So we might as well make it. That's what the Meow Wolf thing on the subcontext is about. I think they're a little tapped into the demonic energy thing, dude, personally, but I don't, like I said, don't get caught up in the messenger, just get caught up in the message. And so what I realized is this reality is totally subjective to our energy we put into it. And I realized I need to do this getting in the air more. Like it changed everything. Like I've been in Malibu for 5 years now, nonstop. And I'm kind of excited to go walk around this like city right now and check it out for a minute. And then I'm on a plane. I'm back on the plane tomorrow morning at 9. Boom, in and out. And I kind of like that. I sort of like the surgical strike aspect of it all. It's conducive to me because I like it being compressed. Like I woke up this morning, I was like, I don't have a lot of time here, so I can't just like get comfy. I gotta like, boom. It's late. It's almost 10, though it's 7 in the morning for me, and I didn't get to sleep till I don't even know. I revealed what coast I'm on, I think, ultimately. And so yeah, we're I'm sensing an energy field shift. Could be the coffee. I don't know. And nobody knows what I'm doing here. I don't know what I'm doing here. I truly don't know just so you know, like I take these assignments and they're like, "Do you want to know what you're doing?" And I'm like, "No, just tell me where to be and what to wear." Just where to be, what to wear. Yeah. Yeah. We're hip, we're up to Empathy Corp. We're hip to that. That's like the underlying principle of what this is all about. Just so you know, Empathy Corp. Like we're hip to all that. Yeah. So I never ask what I'm doing. Love to you, Empathy Corp. I'm glad you get it. Most people don't. So yeah, my whole trip is like, so when I take these assignments, and they always are like, "Do you want to know what you're doing?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want it." And they're like, "Really?" I go, "No, it's better that way." No, I have no idea what I'm getting into. I just know where I need to be at 4 o'clock. It's walking distance, and I know what to wear. And ultimately, no matter what's going to occur, I'm out of here at 9 o'clock tomorrow. At 8 o'clock, the town car picks me up, dude. So even if I crash and burn, it's okay. I don't have to. I don't have to sit in the rubble too long. You can't fail. That's the thing, man. To wrap it up, because I probably should get out in the world and start filming some stuff. Is the thing is when you realize this is all your dream and this is all your manifestation, you really don't have to fear any of it. Like it can't go wrong. You just have to fully be in acceptance of the beauty of it. And let me tell you, the positivity the one final note, because it's in my video I'm making about it. It's midnight here, right? So I ordered a pizza to be delivered. Right. So the guy calls me with the pizza. He's like, "Yeah, I'm 2 minutes away." And I'm like, "All right." So I go down to the lobby and there's a pizza delivery guy there, right? Like pizza bag, the whole thing. And I walk up to him and he's like, hands me the receipt and I'm signing it. And he's like pulling the pizza bag out. And all of a sudden I hear, "Hey, are you stealing my pizza?" And it's this plus sized girl with her dude and like maybe her parents coming at me like with a bad vibe tornado. And I'm looking at her and I got the pizza and I'm like, she's like, "That's my pizza." And I'm like, "Okay, I had one delivered too." And the guy just called me. Maybe it is. I didn't even think about it, dude. Just had a pizza and I was so hungry, dude. I'd been flying. I hadn't eaten anything all day. But her energy was so toxic and so not like trying to be like nice. And I fully stood there for a second and I was like, because the concierge guy, Fahad, where we were buddies already. I'd already illusioned him now with some stickers and stuff because we'd had the whole interaction with the pilot and the whole deal, and like everyone knew what I was up to. And there's this moment in the lobby where like even the pizza guy was tripping out on this chick's bad vibe, dude. And I was like, it's totally hey, none of it's no. But the hottest is the hottest is I stood there for a moment and I was like, "It's all good, man." Like I ordered a large pepperoni pizza too. It's fine, man. It was too good. It was just the whole difference of like where you're coming from as a human being. Sheeple versus non-sheeple. I was like, "Dude, take the pizza, man. I could care less, dude. Do you want me to pay for it too? Like, here, let me buy your pizza, take your pizza, and get out of my face, lady." No negative energy from me. God, I was just sitting there. But there was this moment where I was like, am I gonna need to like defend myself from this pizza eater? By the way, my pizza was phenomenal last night. I have to say, like, when you bump into a good pizza, you know it. And so I had a really good pizza. And I'm pretty fired up to go walk around town here for a minute. I need to go find I need to get some razor blades and see what's out there. Take a picture of some buildings. See what's going on. because that's what we do. So I think I'll probably tune in. I'll probably give you an update this evening, maybe after the chaos, if not in the morning before we get back in the air. Hopefully I'll get a window. So this is on the final note. So I was at the little kiosk, right? And I was like checking in because everything's check-in. And so I was like, I want to switch my seat so I can window seat. I love looking out the window, and to switch seats was like $75, and I'm like, nah, it's cool. I'll sit in the aisle. It's insane how they just, the airline industry can't. That's where, again, us as the consumers. The airline industry without us goes out of business, right? And the airline industry controls the airports, so they're the ones who, like, all we got to do is just not comply and tell them to screw, and the TSA goes away. But, we don't have any power. We're powerless, right? It's funny because the airlines are so hurting and so nickel and diming. Oh, and this was my other thing. I forgot. I'll grab one on the way back. Was the little flyer, the little magazine you get, was all trying to claim like eco stuff, like Delta got some eco award, this and that. And I was like, dude, we're on an airplane, man. There's nothing ecological about this airplane at all right now. It's just, and then, so there's the opening thing of the magazines about how Delta's got this ecological award. And then the back of the magazine is the map of all the red lines everywhere they fly. And you're like, yeah, okay, nice try. But people can't see that. I get it. And, you got to be able to piece it all together with your discernment. And so we're having a good time, and it's so good. I hate when the crossword's done already. It's a maze out there. Yeah, just lay down in the middle of it and look at the stars. Don't even try to figure out where to go in it anymore. That's what I realized. I was talking to my spiritual advisor the other day. We're talking about the maze analogy, and I was like, it's this point now where I realized that the way out of the maze, this is what I figured out. The way out of the maze is to lay down and look up. That's how you get out of the maze. Huh? Think about it for a second. Don't keep going down the endless hallways. Just stop, lay down, and look up, and you're out of the maze. That's all I got for you. Anyway, it's the Yewllusion. I'm out, and appreciate the love. You guys have a beautiful day. But the name tag thing, by the way, out traveling around has made the total difference, dude. Just, it changes, it really does. Like, I haven't actually applied it outside of my little bubble. Like, I'm out in the world now, and like everywhere I've encountered had a name tag. I used it. It was like the instant, like, people just wanted like be treated like people, man. Like, it instantly changed. My town car driver, Will, he's like, you don't mind if like talking? And I'm like, no, dude. This is the real commodity is our energy exchange. He's like, dude, I've just got this job a week ago. You're the first person I've talked to. Super cool guy too, man. A week's worth of people missed out on this dude, man. That's the thing. We miss out on people when we don't talk to them, man. Like the 5 people even the crazy pizza gal, like even that interaction was beautiful, man. Because that was like, wow, that's neat, dude. You're crazy, pizza crazy, dude. Anyway, hey, use the name tags. Have a beautiful day, and I'll check in here.